In this video, I want to share a really exciting brand of coloring books that has created absolutely massive success in just a couple of years. It's not the usual way of selling coloring books on Amazon KDP, but the great thing about this is that it is so simple, anyone can do it. Hi, I'm Caroline. Welcome to my channel. Every single week, I share videos all about self-publishing books, and you're watching one of them right now, so thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join me here. It's no secret, I love publishing coloring books. It is one of my favorite books to not only make, but just to use for myself at home. I've always loved coloring books, and they are one of the most popular low and medium content books on Amazon. Amazon's customers go absolutely crazy for coloring books. I have shared lots of different coloring books and different coloring book brands on my channel, and most of the time these books do extremely well on Amazon. And when we look at why, it's usually to do with just time and the books gaining popularity over the span of a few years, and also with the help of Amazon ads to help promote the book and push it along. But this brand of books is quite different, and that's why I'm excited to share it with you today. I'm always on the lookout for people doing things differently, finding new ways to create a thriving self-publishing business so that I can pass that on to you guys and give you as much opportunity to be as successful with your own self-published books. So let's get straight into this brand. It is called Bobby Goods, and I'm just browsing through their website now, and I actually first found this coloring book brand on TikTok. I like to spend a lot of time on TikTok looking at how self-publishers use the platform to promote their self-published books. I also have quite a few videos on my channel showing how other self-publishers who have low and medium content books, like coloring books, use TikTok to create extremely popular books. So what happened was that this person a couple of years ago started a TikTok account to share their drawings. They created really simple black and white drawings and just created these really simple videos showing themselves drawing the pictures. And this is a faceless TikTok account, meaning they don't ever show their face. So hopefully that this shows you that if you have been avoiding promoting your books on social media because you don't want to be on camera, you can see you definitely do not have to be. There are so many publishers, self-publishers, using TikTok and other social media platforms and never have their face or their voice in their videos. So back to this TikTok account. Over time, this TikTok account and the videos got popular, and at some point they decided to put their drawings into a coloring book and sell it. Now, first of all, these coloring books were not sold on Amazon at that point, and they still don't publish them on Amazon, but they do have another type of book on Amazon, which I will show you shortly. So over the past couple of years, their TikTok account has continued to grow. They have 1.1 million followers, 22.8 million likes. You can see that their most popular video currently has 25 million views, and it is a very simple video of this person and their hand coloring in their coloring book. And so their videos are very, very popular, and every single video promotes their products and gets hundreds of thousands of views. Now, in addition to the books, they do have a few different products available, but let's look at the coloring books first. So it looks like they have 3 coloring books currently sold out. The most recent one is this one, This and That Coloring Book 2023. It is 20 full coloring pages. Pages are perforated and has premium quality paper. They're selling the physical copy of this book for $35. So a lot higher purchase price than what you would charge usually if you were selling it on Amazon. The second book was from 2022, so it looks like they sort of do a new coloring book each quarter or each season of the year, and it is the same 20 full coloring pages, so not a massive coloring book by any means. When we look at coloring books on Amazon, they quite often have at least 50 coloring images, 50 pages, sometimes a lot more than that. So when we're comparing with the type of coloring books on Amazon, this book is considered quite small, but it just goes to show you that it isn't about the quantity, it's about quality over quantity. And like All the other coloring books, all 3 books are priced at $35. And so maybe you are wondering, why don't they publish their books on Amazon, or why don't they at least even sell them on Amazon? And in terms of why they do not print through Amazon KDP, well, it's most likely because that they wanted these extra features, like the ability to have perforated pages, which means the customer can easily pull out the coloring page that they're going to color. They don't have to color it while it's attached within the book. And then they obviously wanted thicker paper quality than what you can print through Amazon KDP. They are going to be making a much bigger profit margin than they would be if they printed through Amazon and sold through Amazon KDP to publish their books, but you also do have to weigh up the pros and cons between publishing and printing your books through KDP and having them printed yourself. Yes, you can make a lot more profit by having the book printed yourself through your own printer, as in an actual printing company that you go and find to print your books for you, and you get a lot more control over the quality of the book. But keep in mind that you do have to outlay the costs of having those books printed, and you have to purchase them before selling them, and then you have to have somewhere to store that inventory for yourself, and then you do have to take care of the packing and shipping of the books when you sell one. In comparison, when you do print your books through Amazon KDP, you make a lot less in terms of royalty, but it is totally hands off. You don't have to outlay any money upfront. You don't have to worry about storing any kind of inventory or packing and shipping each order. So keep those things in mind if you are in the process of deciding whether you use Amazon KDP or you have the books printed yourself through a wholesale printing company. Personally, I think these books would be just as popular if they were printed through Amazon KDP and sold on Amazon, even with the paper quality not being as good and not having the ability to have the perforated pages. Now, while we are still on the website, and before we move over to Amazon, they do have a couple of other products that you can get too, which are stickers and tote bags, and they also have some art and cards available. But the coloring books are the most popular and usually sell out as soon as they come back into stock. And so what the publisher has done to continue to create sales during those times that their physical coloring books are out of stock is that they have created digital downloads of their coloring pages. And regardless of who you use to publish your books, you can do this too. You already have the coloring pages created for your physical coloring books. Just take those pages, those PDF documents, and sell them as a digital download. So this person is selling 3 digital pages for $10, and that will be pretty much total profit because they have done nothing extra to make these pages. They already had them and they don't have to print or ship anything to the customers. It is completely hands off and passive. It is definitely something anyone who creates coloring books should do. Okay, now let's head on over to Amazon because, as I did mention earlier in the video, they do have one book that they publish on Amazon, and this book is this one here, How to Draw Super Cute Things with Bobby Goods. And this book isn't a coloring book as such, it is a learn how to draw and color your own adorable world. If we take a look inside the book, it's got 100 lessons on how to draw the images that are in the Bobby Goods coloring book. And so they are actually teaching people how to create these drawings that they sell in their coloring books themselves, which sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? Why would you show people how to draw like you? Then they'll stop buying these coloring books. But no, it doesn't actually work like that. There are always going to be people who just want to buy the book. They have no interest in learning how to draw. So the coloring books are always going to remain popular. And then there are people who are just going to love that style of drawing and do want to learn how to draw in that style, maybe not even to create their own coloring pages or coloring books. And they probably just really love the brand and would buy any book that this person published. So I came across this Learn How to Draw book while I was looking through Amazon today, and it popped up on one of the bestseller pages I was looking at, which is what drew my attention to it. And it's currently sitting with a BSR of 1,308, an extremely popular book right now. A BSR is a bestseller rank, and a bestseller rank is a number given to every book in the Amazon store, and it basically just determines a book's popularity with Amazon's customers. So the lower that number, the better. The lower the number, the more books that you are selling. Now, if we continue on through the book, it just shows that each page has a very simple drawing and the steps that you need to take to be able to create that specific drawing. Now, because this book is a learn how to draw book, and it is not the kind of book a person has to complete like a low or a medium content book. They have published a Kindle version of the book and a paperback version. And look at the price of the books. $9.99 for the Kindle version and $19.99 for the print version, but Amazon currently has it discounted at $16.89. Something that I have noticed with low content styles of books that gain popularity on TikTok is that they have a really high selling prices compared to most low content books, the ones that are published through Amazon KDP or the ones that are not promoted on TikTok. We saw this with the Shadow Work Journal. I did a whole video on this book and this self-publisher, which is one of the most popular low content books on Amazon due to TikTok, and it currently has a selling price of $16.99, but sometimes has an even higher price than that. But going back to the Bobby Goods Learn How to Draw book, let's have a look at what kind of money could be made with a book like this that has a similar bestseller rank. This book isn't self-published on Amazon, it is through a publisher, but let's look at the royalties of this book as if we were publishing through KDP. Firstly, let's use the bestseller rank to estimate how many sales this book is getting each month. With a bestseller rank of 1,308, they could be selling around 1,815 copies each month. And this would be pretty consistent, I'd say. When we look at this Helium 10 plugin that shows us the sales history of the book, the bestseller rank dropped pretty quickly after being published mid last year and has stayed low ever since, even getting down to the few hundreds just last month. What an amazing bestseller rank, under 200. Now let's take a look at the royalties and how much we would make if this book was published through Amazon KDP. And there is two ways that I'm going to look at this. One is if we printed it in black and white, as 99.9% of us print when we publish through Amazon KDP in order to keep the printing costs low. And I actually think a book like this would do totally fine in color. I don't think it is absolutely mandatory that it needs to be in color. So I'll just pop in that it's an 8.5 by 11 with 112 pages selling for $16.98. I will use the discounted price. And if we did that, that means we would make a royalty of $7.29 per book sold. And a royalty is the actual profit that we make, the actual amount that we get in our bank accounts from Amazon each month. If we are selling 1,815 books per month with a royalty of $7.23, that means that we would be making around over $13,000 per month, which is an absolute incredible monthly income. But let's also look at this as if we were printing it in color, just like this person did. If we change that to color, then the royalty would be $4.43 per book, which is still an amazing royalty. And that means our monthly income would be around $8,000 per month. So that's still a really great monthly income, and you then have the option of being able to provide something a little bit different by having your book printed in color, which the majority of low and medium content books are not printed in. If you have been curious about printing books in color but thought that you wouldn't make any money if you did because you wouldn't be able to price your book competitively, or that you wouldn't get a high enough royalty to make it worth your while, then hopefully this shows you that you can still get great royalties. You don't have to have a low priced book to make money and make sales. You can still make really great royalties if you do it right, in terms of creating the right kind of book and promoting it in the right kind of way to the right kind of people. And keep in mind that these royalty figures that we have just been looking at is just from that Learn How to Draw book. It doesn't include any income or profit from all the coloring books that this person sells, as well as the digital coloring pages that they sell, plus all those other products that they have available on their website. Pretty good stuff, don't you think? What do you think about this brand of books and how they have gone about creating a solid audience on TikTok and created this really interested, loyal customer base and created this demand for their books and their style of artwork and drawings? It really is out of the box and has really worked for them, as it has for many other people, other self-publishers using TikTok to fuel their self-published books and their self-publishing business, and going about it in a really non-conventional way, or at least a little bit different to the norm with coloring books. I really hope that you got something out of this video and that it inspires and it motivates you to begin your self-publishing journey or continue to work on your own. If you have already started, keep going. You will get there eventually. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.